currently our plan was to post on June 11th. We had a whole paper dedicated to our first video. It is now September 1st, exactly 12 a.m. and we still haven't done anything. I partially blame it on Caden right here for not wanting to make a first video or being motivated enough.
It's all his fault.
For sure. We just recently, we made like one vlog, and it was us stuck in Caillou's Beamer, stranded in a mechanics parking lot, and the mechanics couldn't help us because we were broke at the time, still kind of broke. And I know, we just kind of got that vibe to like try it out again, see it going.
I'm Caden Naduddle. I'm a senior in high school. I plan on enlisting into the United States Air Force here recently, or here soon, and that's pretty much me.
Hello, I'm Caleb Wilmot. I am 17 years old. I'm currently enlisted in the United States Army. I leave June 1st, 2020 for boot camp. Be in Fort Benning, Georgia for 7.5 months.
Hi, I'm Caillou Fernandez. I'm currently a senior in high school. I'm enlisted in the United States Marine Corps. I leave July 13th and I'll be headed to MCRD San Diego.
So, let's try and talk about like the basics of why we wanted to start at YouTube. For me, it's just like the new generation. Everybody's kind of on YouTube, and just to see that environment, it's pretty cool. And we're all joining different branches of the military, and well, at least we do, because we always look them up. We see different like military channels and all that. And personally, like, I would love to create a YouTube channel when we're all enlisted and in the military, and just have it as Army, Air Force, Marines, and just have that split branches. So it's not just focused on one branch, it's kind of focused on the overall environment. Not only that, but focusing on our deployments, where we're stationed, areas like that, places we visit, just so you guys can see, like, it's not all about the military. We want to explore, we want to go out, we kind of want to show you the world, because that's what I'm interested in, is kind of like seeing the world and the different cultures, language, how all other people live life, I guess you could say.
I want to make a YouTube, like what he said, you know, just having all branches on the same channel instead of doing a collaboration and having to go through all that mess. It's also just a great environment. It's really interesting to me, and that's pretty much it for me.
Same thing as A said. I also want to make a YouTube, see all 3 different sides, and we'll see what the Marine Corps brings.
Yeah, so I mean, that's just pretty much like us. There's a lot, like, we've all known each other for about, I've known Fernandez over there, Caillou, for 4 years, and then I knew Caden in like 6th grade, and then he moved schools, and then in high school, we got together again, and we've always been buds, you know. These are my brothers. We do everything together, really. That's why, like, this is Caden's house right now, and we're just chilling senior year. It's crazy. It's crazy. How do you guys think that you've changed from freshman year to senior year?
I've definitely matured a lot. I was missing 26 days of school freshman and sophomore year, and I've definitely gotten out of that habit, and I've improved on not only my absences but my grades and stuff like that. So it's kind of helped me pull my head out of my butt and get straight on my track.
So starting freshman year, I was a complete ass. So coming where I came from, which was basically the ghetto, it was a little hard to transition, and these guys right here helped me out with everything, and I've matured a lot so far, and it's going good now.
Yeah, so I'd say I've always kind of been focused on school. It's just the way I was raised. I'd get grounded if I had B's or C's. So I was driven to try my best in school. So, you know, definitely going into the freshman year, you see it whenever you get older and older. You're already immature, you know. You still laugh at the word like penis and vagina and shit. Okay,
And panocha.
Yeah, panocha and all, you know, all that immature stuff. But like, as you kind of grow up, like, we're, not to be like those cringy guys, but we're in JROTC. And that kind of focuses on leadership and like real world experiences and stuff. And so, like, just kind of like using the leadership we got from there, we were forced to grow up, I guess you could say, forced to mature. We got, or get yelled at and shit like that. So definitely seeing like the steps it takes to slowly grow up, and I guess you could say act your age now. You look back at past experiences, you're like, dang, we were pretty stupid, you know?
Yeah, we were pretty fucking
Let's go on some like highlights of high school. What would you say was like your best experiences, freshman, sophomore, junior, and then we don't have much senior year, but we can talk about like our summer. start with Fernandez.
It's a hard one.
Yeah, it
There's
is.
not much stuff.
We got a lot of stuff.
I think one of the funniest moments freshman year was when y'all were rolling in those
I was
chairs.
gonna say that. Dang it.
And I was rolling too. So we're in the classroom and we're all rolling in chairs. This is in our aerospace, which is our JROTC class. And our chief's office, he can see everything that's happening. And we're all rolling in chairs. Well, these two are racing back and forth. Well, as they're doing that, Chief calls their names out. And I'm like, oh crap. And they rolled down to Chief's office. And I rode to the side so he couldn't see me. And they got chewed out. Their asses got chewed out. And I was just on the corner laughing because I didn't get caught.
A highlight, I guess, is just being reunited with you guys, not to be like cringy or anything like
That's
that,
homo,
but
bro.
like just to have the friendship and brotherhood that we have now, and you know, you don't need to get in all that drama and all that, and just kind of keeping this close circle and being able to have friends you trust throughout all of high school.
I guess like for my highlights would just be like how we were talking about maturity and stuff, just being immature in general. All the fun stuff, like we had no responsibilities, nothing at all, and that's something like you'll slowly learn in high school is you start getting a job, you start having priorities, you gotta look for college, or if you're going into the military, you gotta study the ASVAB, you have to do all this stuff, and you really don't think about it as a freshman. You're in high school, you just came from 8th grade and you're like, holy crap, I made it to high school. And it's crazy now that we're seniors, we're like, holy crap, we're about to be done with high school. But just the fact that we could roll around in rolly chairs, or we could make stupid jokes, and like all that, like we'll have to go back definitely for sure and look at all the pictures we have and everything, and just really, because we're making a slideshow at the end of our senior year of all our memories together and stuff, just before we all leave to boot camp or basic. But like I for sure definitely just being able to be immature and just joke around and have a good time. I remember like me and Caden, we had a bunch of classes together. And we'd just be in English class, and we got separated because we always talked, and he'd throw pencils and stuff across the room. Well, one day, he had this fat piece of metal. I was like, no balls, you won't throw it. Next thing I know, there's this just hunk of metal being fucking launched past my head. Like, holy crap. And then, like, Caillou, you know, sorry to throw shade, but Caillou, like how he said he used to come from the ghetto, Caillou was a little gangbanger at first. 8th grade when I first met him, and then he slowly transitioned out of it, like, halfway, but when he first met Caden, he had no clue who Caden was, but I had known Caden, and he thought he was racist.
He was racist.
Caden never said anything racist at all. It's just the mentality of Caillou, I'm guessing, coming from, I guess, a Mexican
I wasn't used to white
ghetto
people.
environment,
Yeah.
coming to a Choctaw high school, which is full of a bunch of white kids and stuff like that, and just transitioning, I think, in that all white kids are racist, or stuff like that. All rich kids, I guess. I don't know how it is, so I can't really
Now I
comment
have a
much, but-
racist brother. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So like, and just like hearing Caillou talk shit on Caden to me, like that motherfucker's racist and stuff. I'm like, dude, he's not racist. And just like all that stupid stuff we did, it was definitely a memory. What about sophomore year, Caillou?
I got a good one.
Oh man, sophomore year. Dang, sophomore year. Man, this is.
Got a
I
great
can't
one.
even remember anything from sophomore year.
Yeah, I can't think of much sophomore year.
I got a good
I really can't think of anything sophomore year. You can go.
Yeah, we'll go to Caden.
So in our ROTC program, when you become a leader, you get on this thing called senior staff.
Oh my god.
Well, we have this thing called senior staff login, where the senior staff gets together from the next years and the previous years, so they can kind of bond and just work together better the next year. So at the senior staff, Caillou was still kind of that iffy kid, get up and not
I
get
see
up.
where you're going.
And we would always go around and hit each other in the nuts. Well, one time Caillou did it too. I think it was me or you.
It was
It was
Caleb.
Caleb?
Yeah. No, it was you. It was you.
Yeah, and I started making a joke about pressing charges, and Caillou got really salty. And he's like, if you press charges, I'll beat your ass and all this stuff. He told us to get away from him and all that. So me and Caleb were like, gonna talk to Chief. We're like, Chief, is it possible to press charges on that? And he explains the process and how it is possible and all that mess. And then we started this thing called War, where if anyone hits us in the nuts, any three of us, or if we hit each other in the nuts, We all get one free punch against that person, and
which is really stupid.
well, it's kept the treaty pretty tight.
Yeah. Now we definitely watch where we hit each other.
Yeah. So we're very careful, and that's just a highlight from my sophomore year.
Yeah, I'm still thinking.
I would have to say, was it we went to Blue Springs sophomore year, right?
Mhm.
Well, Caden dated this girl named Macy Burns.
Oh, that was
First relationship
That was a
he's
highlight.
ever been in. It was just so annoying for me and Caillou because we're like, it's like what you see on the movies or something, like where your best bro has a girlfriend, he stops hanging out with you, and like we understood that because you get a girl, every guy, you know, if you're not in a relationship, you know, you're always like, man, why are you so whipped? Why are you whipped? And stuff. And Caden was really whipped, and we always make dog jokes about him. Well, we're in Blue Springs, Missouri. We have competitions, and sorry if we talk about ROTC a lot. Just like that's all we've done. We're not those weird cringy kids though, so don't worry. But we stayed at a hotel and all this, and me and Caillou were down in the lobby. It's like 12. No, I'd say it's like 10:30.
yeah.
And
it's
we
not
took
too
all our, because you could get free pop machines, and we had like 6 water bottles that we all drain and we like fill them up with Mountain Dew and stuff. Me and him are just sitting there, and we made this video. I still have the video. It's like terrible quality, but it's me and Caillou like having this like, I don't know what it was, soul shakers or something, and we're like summoning like Kate. We're like, rest in peace, Caden.
Oh, yeah.
Silly, and like just making fun of him. I'd say like roasting Caden in his relationship was probably the funniest and like biggest highlight of sophomore year.
It was.
Sophomore year when y'all got, was it you? You got in trouble for the French fry.
For what?
French fry.
Yeah, I got an LSU for French fry you threw.
So there's this
That's
thing
sophomore
called LOCs, which are a letter of counseling. That's like a warning if you get in trouble.
Documented warning.
And well, I'm throwing French fries at Caden over here, and the group commander, which is the guy in charge of the whole corps. Well, he's in there, and I'm just steady throwing French fries at him. Well, he didn't see me doing that, but Caden throws one at me.
The first one.
Yeah, the
he threw
first
like
one.
10.
The first one he threw at me, and I'm just throwing them. And well, the group commander turns around and he's like, Caden, what are you doing? And I was like, he was just throwing French fries at me.
It's the end of sophomore year.
Well, Caden here got in trouble, and he got an LOC.
Kicked out of the officer room.
You know, he was yelling and everything. I thought that was pretty hilarious.
A disciplinary board.
I've got another funny one that will just kind of wrap this sophomore thing up. We have a closed friend group just so we don't have to worry about fake people and stuff. Well, there's always, even like we didn't like drama, there's always some drama. So this girl, not gonna say names or anything, but this girl had a boyfriend who was in the army and supposedly like cheating and stuff. It was honestly like some just high school bullshit. But Caillou ended up, I can't remember what he did. He ended up lying or something like that.
Yeah, it was. I
yes.
said something.
It's like the girls were gonna tell this girl's boyfriend when he came back, and Caillou had told the girl like, hey, they're gonna tell your boyfriend because we didn't know if it was true or not, and like that's just like kind of like messed up for other people to say something if they don't know it's true. And so we're all held, and these are like our senior leaders, what we are now, but like the people who control our lives pretty much in our program, and they all hold us in this room and stuff. We had some problems because like all my friends ditched me for like 2 weeks straight, and I had no clue why. So like we were all pretty pissed off, I'd say, in this meeting.
Absolutely.
And so they're telling us, calling us fake, blaming like something. And this girl ended up saying it was Caden who told her, and it was Caillou the whole time. But she lied. So they're sitting there roasting him. And finally, like we're like, screw this. It just don't matter anymore. We walked out. Well, the girl ended up telling this other girl that Caillou had said it. And so this girl, she was going into the Air Force Academy, comes up and says like, wow, you effing lied, wow. And just starts choking Caillou, and Caillou's a pretty built guy. He's really skinny, but Caillou's got some muscles and stuff. And so there's like 6 foot girl choking, or like 5'9", 5'10",
Yeah,
choking out Caillou's like 6 foot. And Caillou's looking at this girl's girlfriend and says, you got about 10 seconds to get her off before I get her off myself, right? And it's just pure chaos. She's screaming, yelling, and then she was dating one of our best friends, and treated her like crap. So I ended up saying something like, you don't even have anything to say, blah, blah, just a bunch of stupid stuff. She comes up to me and just smacks me across the face. Well, like we said, Caillou's easily, no offense, bro, but Caillou gets easily triggered at certain things. And so Caillou immediately calls up his mom. He's like, I'm suing this girl. I'm pressing charges on this girl. She choked me out.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good reason. You just don't choke people like that.
Yeah.
And so, like, we almost ruined this girl's whole chance at the Air Force Academy over some stupid drama. And that look, I mean, we were so pissed off back then, but like looking at it back now, it's
Stupid.
pretty funny though.
Yeah.
What about junior year? Like,
Oh, gee. Man, there's so much shit. Junior year. Kaden, do you have one?
No,
I don't have one either.
I do actually, yes. Junior year trip to Wiley, Texas, where every year or every time we spend a night for a competition in a different state,
oh, that's long.
we always get Twizzlers and we beat the crap out of somebody. Our sophomore year, it was it Hoisington?
No, it was a Limkey.
It was Limkey, yeah, a really big dude, and we beat him with Twizzlers.
We don't like destroy him, but it's like a funny like slap.
It's like enough to get whelps.
Like-
but like,
not that bad, but like
But it's fun.
15 people slapping one person with a bunch of Twizzlers.
Pretty bad.
well,
man.
that year it was just us three, and then the joke went all around the court, and
Well, yeah, because that's how they did it the years before too.
yeah, that's how we were introduced to it. And then last year, junior year, we have our group commander Nolan Russell. You know, he just gotten the change of command, and he was not the group commander anymore. So we were like, oh, he's powerless. We'll get him while he's vulnerable. So like 15 people, including us, go and hide in his room. And the dude we whipped the year before, we said cough twice when he gets in here. And so he's, and you just see 15 people run out of the bathroom in the closet and start whipping Nolan Russell. And then he throws this ice bucket all over the floor of the hotel room, and he's so salty. But it was a really great time. It was
It
hilarious.
was a blast. Yeah, that was a good one. I think so. Okay.
I mean, besides the night that fucking ran out naked.
Was that?
What competition
That was not
was
junior year.
No,
That was sophomore year.
Was that sophomore?
That was sophomore dental.
Hang on.
No,
Explain
posters.
explain a little so it doesn't.
So, sophomore year, a competition. What was this?
Please.
Well, I think from his view it's funnier.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you should say it.
Okay,
That's
so
what-
we go into our hotel room in Missouri, and immediately we always check the bathroom, all that, to see like what situations we're gonna deal with in this. Because Blue Springs, you stay the night, you compete the next day, and then you stay the night again. And that second day, because you have no responsibilities anymore, you just have to wake up, pack up, and go home. That 13-hour drive. So that second night is always fun. We go to the mall, we have a blast. We stay up like 4 in the morning. It's just great. Well, was this the first or second night?
It was the second night because I
Second
had just
night,
gotten second place.
So the
that day.
first night, we go in there and we immediately check the bathroom. And it's easy to find out that the door doesn't have a lock. So we all shake hands like, you can't screw with this one in the bathroom, you know. Fast forward to the next night, I'm about to take a shower, and I'm sitting there, I'm not stupid, and I hear them laughing, like talking at him, so I keep peeking my head out, I'm like, what are you guys talking about? And they're like, oh, nothing. So finally, for the first time, I wrapped my towel around me and I walk out, I was like, I know you guys are about to say something. Out of nowhere, Caillou jumps out of the bed, he's full naked and just starts sprinting at me, and it was like, it looked like we were overseas dealing with some terrorists or something, and he was just launching himself at me, and it's the first time I ever saw Caillou's penis.
It was a dare from Caden and the group
Yeah.
commander.
Yeah, Nolan.
Fluffy pillow.
Yeah. it was, I don't want to say it was fun, because it wasn't fun. I didn't
Traumatizing.
want to see his penis or a 6-foot naked guy, very skinny, and just run
Oh,
out.
I got one from junior.
Junior year was pretty good year.
It's pretty legit.
Yeah.
Solid. Me and Caden went down to Tampa. Well, we had a whole vacation over spring break.
To New Orleans,
Yeah.
Tampa, and Lookout Mountain, Georgia.
That I wish I could have gone to, but you know, not enough seats.
There wasn't enough seats. It was too
Well,
crammed.
yeah, it was, especially, dude.
It was already
I
crammed.
have
for
small
what it was.
legs, and that car ride was awful for me.
All I remember was when you guys sent me that.
Yeah.
The car ride was freaking.
Yeah, it was so.
The memories on that trip too.
Yeah, so like
Florida.
Oh.
yeah.
Oh.
We just had a good time. We'll leave that for like another video.
Yeah.
Next
Okay,
video.
We'll go into depth later.
If you want to know what we're talking about, drop a comment.
Yeah, we'll like have like a little podcast. Thing.
Yeah.
I like a podcast. Because there's so much stuff that we can just talk about, because that's the good thing. Our heads are just filled with all these stupid stuff we do.
Great memories there.
What about the summer? What was one of your highlights? You guys went to camp.
Yeah,
That's right.
Texas. Texas highlight, or my highlight was in Texas, where we were CTOs for a camp that 400 people attend, and it's pretty big. And we're the training
officers.
Yeah.
We're the training officers.
Kind of explain what that is.
We are in charge of
A
the
small group of kids.
Yeah, a small group of kids. A flight is what we call it. And then you have your wing staff that is over the CTOs. That's kind of a management leadership, whereas the CTO has direct leadership over these kids. And these kids are all underclassmen.
So kind of like for those of you, kind of like a drill sergeant or a drill instructor or MTI.
Yeah.
That's
So
basically
the,
what it is. But for JROTC camps.
Yeah. So, and there's this thing called Firewatch. Well, you have to do the Firewatch every night, and mine was snap dab in the middle of the night. So I had like an hour and a half of sleep before, an hour and a half of sleep after. So I mean, for some reason, 2 days in, I convinced myself there's no point in going to sleep because I'll just be all tired and grumpy when I wake up. And so, I was the most tired I've ever been. And the highlights were like, the girls would come over from the girl dorm and all the guys would come into our room and hang out, and we'd be sitting there drinking Starbucks triple shots and just staying up all night, just chilling. And the next morning we'd all be so tired dealing with these kids, and it really taught you to look forward to the end of camp, but it was a great time.
You know, I remember you waking up, and then who was it? What's his name?
Hayden?
Yeah, fucking coming in there making loud ass fucking noise, and I couldn't fucking sleep because you guys, which he was our next door neighbor. Oh, we gotta tell him the story about what's his name?
Oh, I don't know his name. So, yeah. This dude in Texas, he's a huge drama queen.
That's all you gotta say about that.
Yeah, he was a drama queen. And so Hayden told him there was a spider in the room, or it was infested with. No, he just said there was a spider. So, and Hayden hadn't seen a spider, so it was just kind of going off the top of his head. Well, ironically, he pulls out his drawers out from under his bed, and there's a spider there. Well, he freaks out, goes to wing staff, and
It's
then
like the head. Yeah. Like
yeah, the heads of the camp.
the
You know,
office.
they run the
It's
thing.
like it's
And then he's reporting it to them, and they're like, "Yeah, just sleep on the couch here in the female dorm, and we'll get it squared away tomorrow." Well, they completely move him and Hayden out of our room and put him into the brand new rooms, which Hayden was just trying to get him out of his room, and then it backfired and got him pulled out as well. But that was it. That was fun as well.
I put a cockroach in his room the next day. And
I did
it's
something.
3 in the morning.
I did something bad in his bed.
We're not gonna talk about that.
That's a different story as well.
Just a lot of jokes, I guess. Yeah. So starting off with summer, we have about 2 days of summer, and we run our own camp for our corps, and we're the head people who run it with all these first years, and we did a bunch of stupid stuff. We'll explain later about.
It's
And
also
then,
another story.
Like the first month is just camp. So we got back from our local camp, and that next morning, I'd say 9 a.m. We left for this place that's about 3 hours away.
Yes.
3 hours away, and we had another week-long camp. We're back for 2-3 days, and then we had Texas camp.
Yep.
So beginning of summer, really summer went by super fast because as soon as summer ended, I'd say we had a week break, and then we started working. Well, yeah, we started working full-time lawn service. Working, it could be 9 hours a day to 12 hours a day, just kind of mattered what crew you ran. And so summer for us was, I'd say, it was pretty busy. Well, for me at least.
It went quick.
Kaden, explain your. Well, no, we'll have to save some of that stuff. So
Yeah.
we just explain. But so senior year summer, our last summer, I say it went by pretty quick.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of disappointment though, because we had some fun times this summer. I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, we'll explain some stuff later, just because the situation and stuff we're in. But definitely made some memories this summer. Yes, because we just wanted to go out to bang. Because like I said, we get 2 weeks after we graduate, and then I'm off to boot camp. We don't know when Caden leaves because he hasn't enlisted yet. And then Caillou's got a whole month before he leaves.
July 13th.
It can either be pushed back or pushed
Yeah,
forward.
so he's kind of on call as soon as he graduates, on call to leave until July 13th. Yeah.
Have a bag constantly packed.
But yeah, so there's just kind of some information about us, I guess you could say. We're pretty goofy guys. We do a lot of stuff. Like I said, we do everything together. That kind of makes it sound like we're gay or something. We're not gay, but
We ain't fucking gay.
if you're gay, it's cool.
No issues.
Yeah, disclaimer. We are not homophobes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, we do everything together. I mean, we're always either at mostly Caden's house. It's been lately.
In the Blood
Yeah.
House.
It's been the Clout house. Hallie's house has been the Clout house, and then she got that new house.
Yeah, it's gonna be a party house.
Yeah, Kai's house used to be where we always went. We'll have to get some clips of your mom. We'll have to pull some pranks on your mom.
Yeah, definitely.
Your mom is definitely one of those moms who can pull some solid pranks on.
And we need to take the wheel off of my guardian's walker, Steven's walker.
No, cause dude,
That would be hilarious.
but if he falls, bro, then he's actually fucked.
Yeah, you're right.
You can't do. If
Dang
he
it.
falls, he's probably paralyzed.
Don't look at it that way.
No.
Look at it the funny way.
But yeah, so
This
like,
is the type of stupid shit
Yeah.
we're talking about.
so like I'll definitely go through like some of my memories and stuff on my phone, and same with all of us. And like I said, at the end of the year of our senior year, we'll have a slideshow of like just freshman to senior year of everything we've done, and I mean it's pretty interesting stuff, I'd say.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, like our plans after we go, I mean, we all want to pursue the military life. That's something I'm kind of into. I'm going as a Cav Scout in the Army. Caillou, you're infantryman.
Infantry won't be fucking grunt.
He wants to be in that shit. Caden wants to do, what is it?
TAC
B, that's right, yeah, Special Forces in the Air Force, which is, he's currently working out the recruiter, getting out on his contract.
I'm gonna go for Force Recon.
That's right, yeah, we're all those teenagers and stuff, and we got those big dreams that we really want to work forward to. 10 years from now, we're probably going to look back at this, some of us, and be like, we should have kept pursuing that career, and then you'll have some of us in those positions, like, you know, you really worked for it. It just kind of matters, I guess you'd say. But this YouTube stuff, it's very interesting. Everybody's always putting their life on there. Like, I mean, I watch a lot of YouTube, like Nelk Boys, some funny guys, Yes Theory, like all these vloggers and stuff, it's just showing how they live their life. And some of it, like Nelk, you know, they're crazy partiers every single night, going to all these places. And then you have like Yes Theory, exploring the world, making documentaries. Mr. Beast, just, you know, he has all this money and he just kind of spends it on other people than himself. And I just think like stuff like that, it definitely brings hope to this world, because currently, you know, this world's, it's very sad, I guess you could say.
It's shit right now.
Yeah, there's shootings, all these problems we have in this world, and just to be able to put some light out there for people who are maybe going through some tough times, and just to put a smile on their face, definitely what I'm looking forward to. I've always kind of been like a positive guy, making jokes here and there. So this is just like what I want one of my personalities to be, as a, you know, filmmaker, just documenting stuff, all this stuff. And we don't know if this will really be like a YouTube thing, or like maybe more like a podcast thing. I'm sure we'll have a couple both, because
Yeah, it will be both.
right now our channel name's AWF, which stands for Adele Wilmot and Fernandez Films. So I don't know if we're just gonna have on there like some documentaries we make and stuff like that, and then we'll have a podcast on the show. I really don't know what this is going in. I don't know when this is gonna get uploaded, because like I said, we're supposed to upload June 11th, and
It is currently August,
no, September
or
1st.
September 1st, yeah, it's 12 o'clock. September 1st, 2019.
So yeah, we'll definitely see where it's going, but for now, that's just like an introduction to our lives, I guess you could say, what we've done in high school, and really what to expect in the future from us.
Remember, if it doesn't get uploaded, it's fault.
It's always a devil's fault.
Subscribe.
Yeah. If you guys like what you like, subscribe, comment what you guys like to see. We're down for pretty much everything, I guess you could say. But yeah, that's it. Thank you.